Hey, what's up, y'all? So I haven't done a video on this channel in a while, but I just thought I'd let you guys hear about my day. So I needed an oil change in the car, and trust me when I say that this story gets into it gets techie. So like regarding YouTube and all that stuff, and it's kind of interesting to hear, how I started out or whatever. But so I go to get an oil change, and I go inside, and I didn't know where to park, so I just parked down in the parking lot. So I was like, hey, that's my car out there. I need to get an oil change. So the guy was like, that's your car? I said, yeah, the white Mustang, yeah. And he goes, wow, nice car, man. Well, thank you. He said, just go ahead and pull it up, and we'll take care of you. So I said, all right. So I go and I pull it up, and nobody helped me for 2 or 3 minutes. Well, this customer walked by, an older guy, and he went to the back of the car and to go to his car, so he had to go behind my car. So he hears the exhaust just rumbling, at idle. And I was like, he comes back, and he goes, hey, is that aftermarket exhaust? I said, yes, sir. He was like, well, can I hear it? I said, yeah, sure. So I rev it a little bit, and so, you can hear it backfiring and all that, popping and all that good stuff. And he goes, wow, it sounds almost more exotic than it does, like a GT. And I said, well, yeah, I mean, it's a V6. And he goes, wow, really? I said, yeah. So he was pretty surprised that it was a V6. And so thank God he actually asked me to do that, because it woke up everybody inside, and they came out and they helped me. So what was I gonna say? Oh, the guy comes out and he was like, oh shit, I'm working on your car? This black guy. It was so funny. And I was like, yeah, I guess so, and it wasn't even him. He wasn't even the one that was working on the car, I don't think. But he was just so excited to see the car, so I was like, well, yeah. And so he was like, wow, I could hear it from all the way inside. And I was like, yeah, it gets pretty loud. So then the other guy comes out. We were talking about it for a little bit. And this other guy comes out, and he was a little bit more serious. I think he was just more in shock, because he kept looking at the car and then looking at me and looking at how young I looked, and then kept looking at the car and then asking me for my information and everything. So I was like, this guy. So it was funny just because, I don't know, he asked me, how much did this set you back? And I said, about $20,000. He was like, well, dang, you must have a good job then. I said, well, kinda. On my day job, I'm a delivery guy, but I also have an internet business, and I work with Google. And he was like, are you serious? I said, yeah. Another black guy. Was funny. And then I said, yeah. And wow, I drive the crap out of that truck right there. Anyways, what did I gotta say? Oh, so I was like, yeah, I work with Google. And he was like, really? They asked me for a little bit more information whenever, asked me to get out for the VIN number and all that stuff. And he goes, so what do you do? How did that work out? And I was like, well, honestly, they asked me to partner. I'm partnered with YouTube. And he was like, you're partnered with YouTube? He was like, I love YouTube. I'm on YouTube all the time. And I was like, yeah, it's awesome. Lots of cool people on there. And so he was like, well, what do you do? And I was like, well, honestly, and I pulled out my phone. I was like, I jailbreak these, and he was like, oh, okay, see, I've been wanting to kind of get into that, but I have an Android. And I was like, well, we just kind of expanded our site a little bit, l3gitjailbr3aks.com, into more Android stuff. And so he was like, oh, that's cool, well, I'll have to check that out. And he didn't ask me for anything, or whatever. And then, my site or whatever. And so, go on or whatever, just kind of talking about that. I showed him, what I make daily and all that good stuff. And then, he was like, all right, well, go inside, we'll work on your car, it'll be about 45 minutes. So I'm inside, about 30 minutes into it, I hear my car revving, they're revving my car inside. So I don't know what to think of that. Is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? Why are random people revving my car? So I don't know, I just thought maybe it was procedure, make sure everything's good. So guy comes inside, I pay, and then I hear him revving it again. Well, he was actually just pulling it out, and he was just kind of hitting the gas a little bit. He was just hitting the gas, so I was like, alright, I guess that's okay. So then I go out there, and then I was sitting in my car, just kind of texting whatever, and he came over to me, he was like, hey, what's your site? So I gave him my site name, wrote it on this little piece of cardboard or whatever, And then that was it. So I've never had like anyone come up to me in public and ask for my sight, and I've never had this much attention on my car at one time. So I was just like, I don't know, I was pretty amazed. And I don't know, like I never like was okay with telling people. Like I only told my friends, like my close friends, like, hey, you know, like I work with Google, you know, and I didn't think that they would take it too well. Even girls, I've told girls, and they think it's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, is that not nerdy to you? Like, and they're like, no, like that's freaking awesome. If I had that opportunity, I would, you know. I'm just like, wow, okay. So I don't know, I'm getting more comfortable with it. You know, it's been like 2-3 years. I'm working on I'm working on 3 years now with YouTube, and it's been good to me. So I mean, it's practically bought me this car, everything I have, everything I own. So ever since I was 16, I've been paying for everything by myself. I've never had, you know, the help with parents, just because they have their own stuff to pay for. They got their own new cars, they got their own, you know, the house, food, all that stuff. So I have the privilege of, yes, living there for free, but, you know, you still gotta earn your keep. So I don't know, just kind of like a little lesson there. But stay cool with your parents. I said this on Twitter the other day, and I got a lot of feedback from it. Just stay cool with your parents. They know what they're doing. You know, it's hard. Alright, sorry about that interruption. My phone actually ran out of recording space. I have the iPhone 5. I gotta upgrade to a 64 gig. But anyways, so what I was saying was just stay cool with your parents. You know, like they know what they're doing, and they're there to help you. So. But I just had a little moral of the story type moment, so I just kind of wanted to share with you guys my day and how I kind of got started and stuff, and you know, how I'm faring with the whole telling people. You know, it's different. It's not something that everybody talks about, I guess. So, but yeah. I don't know if you guys know about my site or anything, but you guys should totally check it out. Right here. jailbr3gitjailbr3aks.com. So we're gonna start doing like just a little bit of Android stuff, nothing major. Like we're not gonna do a ton of stuff, but just like random tutorials. Like right here we have iPhone Siri versus Galaxy S Voice, Siri 1, but of course. But yeah, just a little short video. Not really short. It's like 7-8 minutes, but I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit, because I don't ever really get to talk to my fans that much, you know. So, but hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I will see you guys later.